Ramel. Choppin' it up with Ramel. Choppin' it up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Choppin' it up with Ramel. Choppin' it up with Ramel. Choppin' it up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Choppin' it up with Ramel. Choppin' it up with Ramel. Choppin' it up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat.
Good morning. Happy Sunday to everybody. Listen to the Chopping It Up with Ramel, No Notes, Straight from the Throat crew and fans and friends. Hey, I apologize for getting off to a late start, but we can blame it on my job. Last night we had a Christmas party, and what a turnout it was. We had a new location, and it was just fabulous. I think everybody enjoyed themselves and had a good time. But let's get right to it, man. As I told you guys yesterday, there was going to be a great night of action in boxing. I did stay up late to watch some of these boxings that I recorded. And just, hey, I was not disappointed. I watched Charlo with a mean uppercutter, man. Put out Williams, man. I mean, I haven't seen an uppercutter like this since Mike Tyson's days, man. He's a junior middleweight, man. I believe he's a WBA or IBF title holder. Man, he put this guy out. He knocked him down 3 times, by the way. But he put him out with one of the most gorgeous uppercutters you're going to see. And with that said, I mean, he clearly, and once he put that uppercut out there, he clearly wanted to fight. I mean, he finished him off. He knocked him out, knocked him down again, and ref just stopped the fight. But what I found astonishing is that he has a belt. His twin brother has a belt. But after the fight, he called out Canelo Alvarez. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan, and I can't wait to this fight with him and Triple G. But he did call out Canelo Alvarez. He called him cinnamon. Cinnamon. He called him cinnamon. Yeah, listen, let me tell you something. Charlo looked very good last night. He looked like he could be unbeatable. But I'm telling you, Canelo is a really good fighter. That should be interesting. Canelo is a really good fighter, but he got to get past Triple G first. He's got to get past Triple G. But I like what I saw last night in Charlo. He meant business. It was a good fight. It was mixed up. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't just that he came in and dominated. He did knock him down previously, but it was a good fight. But when it was time to finish this guy off, like I said, he hit him with a uppercut. I believe it was a left uppercut. Man, it had shades of Mike Tyson, man. The reaction from it, man. The guy just went down. He really shouldn't even got up, but then he got up to only go back down for good, man. What a fight that was. And then I watched, and I'm not into the featherweights, but I watched a featherweight fight between an Argentina champion and I believe the guy was from Mexico, Marquez. He was fighting the champion, KR. Oh, man, what a fight that was. These guys was going back and forth. Little guys, though, man, but they was giving it all they got, man. Myers definitely got the best of them. I can't see how he won a split decision. I thought it would have been a unanimous decision, especially after accumulating a 10-8 round with a knockdown. But what a fight that was. It was a very good fight. Those guys, you're probably going to see more from the both of them. They gave them all. I mean, someone's got to lose the fight, but the champion, he was game from Argentina. He was game. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. And my God, Anthony Joshua, heavyweight division, disposed Molina in the third round. Just batted him around. Man, I'm telling you, if you guys don't know Anthony Joshua, yeah, some people might think he was fighting a bum last night, but if you guys don't know Anthony Joshua, get to know him, man. Get to know him. He's a very good boxer. He's in the heavyweight out of the UK. Yeah, get to know him, man. I would love to see him mix it up with Deontay Wilder. It looks like he's going to have a fight with Vladimir Klitschko. That might be on the horizon before he can get a chance to fight Wilder. I saw Wilder in the audience last night. I know he's recovering from, I believe, a shoulder injury, but we'll see what happens. He looked good sitting there. I'm not sure what's the recovery time on that, but I would love to see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder mix it up, man. I think that would be a good heavyweight fight. Probably one of the better heavyweight fights since maybe a Lennox Lewis and a Holyfield. You know what I mean? Or Holyfield and Bo. But I bring up Lennox Lewis because just like Anthony Joshua, Lennox Lewis was from the UK as well. I believe Lennox Lewis was from England. All right, yeah. But great night of fight, boxing. And then you had Terrence Crawford. He's going for the pound for pound, that type of title. And he put on a performance, too. He stopped his opponent, another Molina, in the 8th round. The Molina was game, but Terrence Crawford was just too much for him, man. Too much for him. So, it was a great night for some boxing last night. And great night last night. It really was. I want to shout out to Skip. He's watching from Newport Beach, California. Appreciate the love, Skip. But yeah, it was a great night of boxing last night. Now we're gonna move along to the NFL. Man, I told you I thought Oakland would win on Thursday night. They came up short. Kansas City stifled them, put them down. They dropped them from being the #1 seed in the AFC to now being the #5 seed with Denver and Miami on their tails. Man, it's going to be a great round of boxing. I mean, football today. You got a lot of great games, man. A lot of playoff implication. A buddy of mine want to know what's so big about the Dallas and the Giants game with Dallas already got it locked up. Listen, man, when Dallas is winning, football is at its best, man. Dallas is always going to be America's team. It doesn't matter what their record is. They're going to get the Thursday Thanksgiving game, and they're probably going to get 2 other primetime night games. But when they're winning, it's going to be a big deal. And right now, they're 11-1. And as I said on previous shows, with all the historic players that played in the game, Hall of Fame players, successful runs at the Super Bowls, they've never had an 11-game winning streak until this season, with 2 rookies leading the way. And that is why I continue to say that Dak Prescott, in my mind, may be the first player to ever win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same season. Just simply because of what he's doing with what is called America's team. So, listen, even though they ain't playing for nothing, and they're 11-1 and they already got clinched the playoff berth, they're mixing it up with the Giants. I mean, that's always going to be a primetime slot or national TV. They kicked off the first week of the season at the game of the week or 4:25 start on a Sunday afternoon where everybody saw that. This is always a primetime moment. And one thing about Eli, he always brings his best against the Cowboys as well as the Patriots. And I know the Cowboy fans is not going to want to hear this, but I do think that Giants come up big tonight. Got a call on the way. Let's see. Is there a caller? Do we have a caller?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on? It's Greg, the co-room.
Greg back in the building. What's happening, Greg? How you doing?
All right. I don't know if I caught the subject that you're on. Who are you on right now?
Well, what I was just talking about was actually I was responding to a comment that you made early in the week. You was talking about how come Dallas and the Giants is looked at as a big game and is a big game of the week. And I was just saying that anytime you got Dallas winning and they meeting up against Eli, it's always a big game, man.
Yeah, I know, man. But I just feel like, you don't think that Patriots game is a big game?
Well, anytime the Patriots play, like I had said, and I believe I responded to your comment, between Dallas and New England, those are your America's team. When Dallas is winning, they're America's team. When they're not winning, then New England pops up as America's team. So anytime New England plays, and refresh my memory, Greg, New England is playing who?
Baltimore.
Oh.
I need them to beat Baltimore, actually. Because, I'm a Steelers fan. So.
Here's the thing, man. When it comes down to Brady, you never bet against him. That's number one. You and I can suit up and play wide receiver or running back or tight end, and he's still going to be Brady. That's the thing about him. I've learned not to bet against him unless he's playing the Giants, because Eli seems to have his number. But Yeah, that's a big game, clearly for Baltimore as well. You know, they're in a dogfight with Pittsburgh, and here's the thing about Baltimore and Pittsburgh: the loser of, or let's put it this way, the one who comes in second place in that division is not going to the playoffs because I don't see a wild card coming from there.
And I'm gonna tell you what hurt us. Like I said with the Steelers, I'm gonna tell you what hurt us, man. When we lost that Miami game, that did it for us, man. That took the cushion from up under us. We should have never lost that Miami game because if you look at the standings, Miami's right on top of us.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I think the bad loss for you guys was clearly the Philadelphia game.
Yeah, that was a bad loss. that was a bad loss. That was a bad loss.
That was the one. That was the one.
Yeah. The only reason why I say the Miami game is because of the playoff standings. Like I think if we wouldn't have lost that game, I think that, like you said, whoever's second place in my division, I think they still would have had a chance to go to the playoffs.
Well,
but since we lost that game, man, that's what's hard to me.
Here's the thing, Greg. I believe that both wild cards is going to come from the AFC West unless Kansas City, Oakland, or Denver, one of them just falls flat on their face these last 4 or 5 games. 4 games. I just don't see it coming from anywhere else. I mean, Oakland suffered a huge loss the other night, but right now they're in command of the first wild card. And unless they go on a tailspin, I don't see it happening. And then you have Denver. You know, they're playing good ball, so I don't see them having any trouble maintaining that. Now Miami is playing catch up. Now, if Pittsburgh had to say either one of those games against Miami or Philadelphia, instead of being 7-5, they'd be 8-4, and I believe they would have been in the driver's seat for that division. But I really think that in order to be a wild card team in the AFC, you might have to win 11 games, and you see what I'm saying? So you may have to win 11 games. So that from a 7-5. I don't see either Baltimore or Pittsburgh getting to that point. I really don't see it. You know, so.
Right. Well, tell you something. I know everybody is starting to. I feel the sports crowd and the sports people. I see the momentum that they have, even though they're not Oakland fans. I see the momentum that they have for them. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I see a team that's young and that's energetic, but I just don't feel that energy for them like that, man. If you just watch, man, they're excited, yes, because they've been down so long. You understand?
Okay.
So they're making it's innovation, and I understand all of that. People want to see that bad boy look and then back in there, but. I just, like I said, when they run up against teams like the Chiefs and hard-nosed teams, I just don't see it.
Well, it looked like the Chiefs has their number this year because they swept Oakland. But you know what? I like Oakland to represent. The AFC in the Super Bowl, unless they can't play in cold weather. But that would be the only thing that would give me some kind of doubt. But I think that Oakland will prevail. I think they will bounce back from this loss going further. And I think they're going to make a deep run in this playoff this year. I think now's the time.
You think they're going to be the AFC Championship?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Hey, Greg, I got another caller coming in. I'm going to take that call. But I appreciate you calling in.
Yes, okay.
All right, enjoy.
Okay.
I just lost him. Let me see if I can get him back on. Here we go. Yeah, that was Greg calling up. I want to take the time out. Shout out Kamal, guy I used to work with. He's tuned in. All right, there we go. Who's on the line?
This is Sean Hood.
Oh, Sean Hood. What's going on, man? How are you today?
I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed, man. Cowboys for life.
Ah, here we go.
Cowboys for life, family. You know how we do it to you. You know how we do it, brother.
So what's going on, Sean?
Hey, man, I'm just geared up for the night, man. I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a great mood. My squad is 11-1. Going up to NY tonight, take on the midgets, no disrespect. I mean the Giants, I'm sorry. And we're going to get it in tonight. We got, like old James Brown said, it's a big payback tonight.
Hey, Sean, man, I'm going to tell you something, man. There's a team that I never bet against, and that's New England, unless they're playing the Giants. Seems like Eli has their number. And this year, I've been on record saying you don't bet against the Cowboys, man. I mean, what they're doing is historic, man. With all the great players in their history, man, they've never had an 11-game winning streak until now, and they're led by 2 rookies, man. And I like the idea that Dak plays with Romo looking over his shoulder, Jerry Jones looking down, waiting for the mess up so he can insert his guy, and all he does is keep winning. But there's another thing that I do know, and you're a Cowboy fan, and you may understand this, man. Eli Manning plays his best games against Dallas and the Patriots. I think Dallas is in for a dogfight tonight, man. Actually, I really think that New York is going to come out victorious tonight. Not that I will bet anything on that because Cowboys has been so real, but I just think that the Giants will come to play today, especially in their backyard. It should be fun. It won't surprise me if the Cowboys win because it's been their type of season for them. And like you said, they're looking to avenge their only loss of the season in week 1. And in a game they should have won. In a game that they should have won. But I just think the Giants come up big today. You know, I've been wrong before, Sean. And I know you probably don't want to hear that. But I just think Eli comes up big, man. Your thoughts, man?
Well, my thought is, first of all, Troy, if I didn't really know you, man, look at you like family, man, I would take you to a local clinic and get you checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that what you're saying right now needs some medication. I mean, but you're family to me, so you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, you know, listen, I got mad respect for the Giants, Troy, man.
Oh, man.
The first game of the season was a great point that you brought up. First game of the season, we lost by 1 point. Terrence Williams steps out of bounds. We gets a field goal. Guess what? We probably 12-0, but that might have propelled. You know, they got that. Keep in mind, the guys that lead the team, like you said, rookies, but they are winning rookies in the history of their life. The only thing they know is winning. So that propelled them, man, to go 11 straight. But, you know, when you talk about Odell Beckham Jr. and Eli, two-time Super Bowl champion, man, you can't do nothing but you got to respect that. Cruz, Shepard, they pass attack is lethal. But I just think what we bring to the table this time around, more seasoned team. If you got a veteran guy, a 90-year-old tight end, Jason Witten, still getting it done on the all-pro level. Dan is fully healthy, Troy. He's fully healthy. You know what I mean? So it's a difference when you got a healthy receiver and a top 3 receiver. He's healthy now. And listen, man, the rookie quarterback, come on, man. Troy, you're a smart guy. Know football at a high level. When you got a rookie like that coming in, doing what he's doing, it's never been done before, Troy. Yes, he got a great offensive line and some mad weapons around him. But he still leads the train, though. He's still driving the bus. Yeah. And like you said, you had a great point. Jerry said if Jerry wanted son-in-law, son, or whoever he is, doing blood-wise, he wants guy Romo in there, man. But, you know, you and I know, Troy, man, that would be the wrong decision. I hate to say it, I know that's a guy, and I know how it is when it's your guy. He loves that guy. He loves Tony. You know, I like him a lot, but I love what Dak is doing, and Dak is earned it the old school way with the lunchbox. He's going to work. He's putting in work. So I think tonight, I think we'll win come out of New York, win by a touchdown. But keep in mind, Troy, real quick, it's a big game for us, too. Sure, Giants trying to keep their playoff contention alive, but, man, we try to lock up NFC East and home field. So, I mean, hey, man, the table was set. The table set, and I'm definitely looking forward to it, man. I got my wings. They already laid out. I got them on low. I got them on simmer.
Hey, you know what, Sean? You're probably the right person to ask, man. And before I ask this question, I just want to shout out my cousin, Celeste, for tuning in. She said, hey, Ramel. Hey, what's up, cuz? To my man, Fred, man. Yeah, you a big Giant fan. Yo, I see you. Call up if you can, man. Call up if you can. You know, and to Kamal, yo, hey, I appreciate you, man, tuning in. But to you, Sean, because you're the one that you're a big, huge.
Fred calling in right now, Troy.
Huh?
Don't need Fred calling in right now. He's a Giants fan. Don't need Fred right now.
Yeah, all right. I heard Michael Irvin say this a couple of weeks ago, man. The legend, you know what I mean? The legend from Cowboys, and mad respect for him, man. Mad respect for him. You know, when he speaks, you listen. He said something, man, that I disagree with, man. He said that he wanted the Cowboys to lose a game to get the loss out the way. I don't believe in that. I believe you win every game. I don't believe you take a loss or you get a loss out your system because you needed it so that this way it don't come at an inopportune time. Listen, you can have a loss, and that loss can spiral into many losses. So do you think that the Cowboys should just keep winning, or should they get that loss before they get into the playoffs?
Well, keep in mind, Troy, I look at it like this, brother. I look at it like this, T. Listen, they took their first loss at the beginning of the season. Okay, the first game. I know we're going way back 11 games ago. But I think that first loss right there, Troy, that started a maturation process with these rookies, man.
Yeah.
Like these veterans are saying.
Yeah.
The rookies are leading the team.
Yeah.
So I don't think a loss is what the Cowboys need. I think what they need is wins. Listen, we had quite a few years, you know, last couple of years, man, you know, we haven't been that successful like we normally are. We call America's team, but we haven't been living up to it. But now it's our time. Get every W.
And I agree with that, man. Hey, Sean, love the call, man. I mean, I still think the Giants win. I don't bet against the Cowboys. It's their season. I think they're going to wrap up the NFC and have home field advantage throughout, man. I only think there's one team that might can beat them and prevent them from going to the Super Bowl. And I don't know if they have enough offense to do so, and that might be Seattle. I think the path to the Super Bowl is clearly going through Dallas, and it wouldn't surprise me if we're looking at an Oakland Cowboy Super Bowl, man. If I was a betting man and someone asked me, who do you think is going to represent both leagues, I would say Oakland and Dallas, man. And you have two young quarterbacks going at it. You have a young running back, a young wide receiver on the other end. And, I mean, you'll just have a good game. It'll be a shootout. But I think it would make an exciting Super Bowl. But that's my nods going in. And I just want to clarify something, man. We talked about Dak Prescott. I said it earlier, Sean, and I'm going to say it again, man. If I had a vote, man, he would make history this year to be the only player to ever win MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year.
That's love right there. That's for life. That's love.
Not only, it's just facts, man. I mean, he's got the second biggest job in America outside of the president. You know what I mean? I mean, when you're a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, man, that's huge, man. So, yeah, I give him credit, man. And I got to give credit where credit's due.
He's doing, excuse me, Troy, he's doing just like Trump said on his slogan, on his hat. He's making America great again.
Hey, yo, Sean, man. On that, man, I'm going to have to let you go, man. Hey, thanks for the call, man. Nothing but love, man. Peace and blessings. All right. Hey, we got another caller on the phone. Who's calling?
It's Ramel from Queens, your son, man.
Oh, I got my son on the phone. What's happening? How you doing today, man?
I'm chilling. I just woke up, so I'm not sure what you touched on, bro.
You woke up just in time. I was talking about your Cowboys, man. That's probably what woke you up. You heard me talking about your Dallas Cowboys. What's going on? How you been, man?
Show my Cowboys respect, unlike some of these guys out here in New York, man.
Yeah, hey, listen, man. Like I was telling my man who just called up, Sean, I was letting him know, man. You know, I'm an Eagles fan, man, but at the end of the day, I may be a fan of this team or that team, man, but I'm a fan of the sport first, man. And one thing, man, and you know me well, son, hey, game recognized game, man. I always give credit to those who deserve the credit. And right now, Cowboys deserve the credit, man. They got a nice little nucleus there. They got the blueprint together. I mean, they started building that offensive line and made it easier for anybody to run behind it or a quarterback behind it, man. It just so happened they got two guys that's performing on a spectacular level, man. And I think the Super Bowl goes through them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
to win a song with the Cowboys next year. And as far as drafting, well, we got everything else. We're going to draft some defensive players, and it's going to be even more of a problem next year.
Hey, you know, that's where you might have a weakness is on the defensive end. You don't have that former player in DeMarcus Ware that's just a pass rusher. You know, you could use that. I think right now what helps your defense is your running game because it keeps them off the field. And when they get on the field, they're just fresh. So they perform at a better level because they got energy. You know, they're not tired. But yes, I agree. In the off season, whether it's draft or through free agency, and remember, man, you know, Jerry Jones treats his players well. You won't have a lot of free agents putting their hands up wanting to come to Dallas in the off season. So I don't think you're going to have any shortage of suitors wanting to come play for you, man. I really think that in the offseason, you guys are going to address the defensive side of the ball, especially on that line. You know, the secondary is not as bad as you think. Maybe you can get a veteran back there because it's a bunch of youngsters back there, but it's the line where you need the help at. And no doubt in my mind, man. And it's one of those things you might have to go with the free agency route because keep this in mind, if you guys are in the Super Bowl, you're going to pick last in every round of the draft. You see what I'm saying? So you might, but then again, I'll tell you this. It may not matter because you guys got an eye for talent, man. I mean, look, you picked up Dak in the 4th round. The 4th round. You know what I'm saying? So you guys got an eye for talent, man.
But, I'm thinking about week 17, man. It's time to give Zeke and Dak some rest. You throw Romo out there, man. That'll be his display to the team out there. Just, man. Maybe his stock goes up, man. If he throws for 300 yards and scores 40 points or something, man, then we get a nice draft pick with that.
Well, here's the thing. If you guys start resting Dak, you know, because of the playoffs, and I don't believe in rest. If anything, you let him suit up and you sit him down in the second half, you know, because I'm big on momentum. Sometimes momentum can outweigh talent. And the last thing you want to do is throw somebody's momentum off. So I'm not big on resting players and skipping games. But, you know, maybe you let them play the first half and don't play the second half. I'm cool with that. But I won't throw Romo in there for that. I'll throw Sanchez in for that. You know, the thing about it is this. Whoever will trade for Romo already knows what Romo can do. He don't have to go and prove what he can do. His stock is not going to get any better. You know, the question is that you take a team like the Jets who's going to be in need of a quarterback next year. Would Romo be better than what they have now? Yes. But is he worth trading for with 3 years and $60 million left on the contract? No. Because if he doesn't play the whole season and he's forced to retire, that's 2 years that you have on your contract of $20 million plus each year that you can't do nothing with or try to get somebody else with that money. So if Jerry Jones cuts him and releases him and eats that money, yeah, I'll go pick up Romo. But I don't think anybody's going to trade for Romo, man.
Yeah, I was doing some research, man. The way Jerry Jones moves, I don't even think he cares about money, man. But I just found out we still paying Miles Austin. He ain't been in the NFL for like 6 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that, man. So, yeah, okay. So father and son right now, son outdoing father. I didn't know that. Miles Austin, he's been around now. He's been gone for about 5 seasons, man. But, hey.
I read that this is the last year that we pay him. I'm like, yo, he's still in pay. He's not even in a video game in free agency, man. You pick him up and bat it.
Well, here's what I say, man. If you're going to release Romo, man, I would just offer him a job with the club, man. You know, there was a couple of times I saw him on the sidelines with the clipboard, and he wasn't in uniform. And I'm going to tell you something, man. He looked like he could be a serviceable coach on the staff, man. And, you know, and here's the thing, man. You know, I don't think there's been a quarterback in league history that was good, that has taken the abuse, the laughter, or the fun that Romo's had and had to endure. But I tell you what, man, he's still a quality quarterback. And you know what? He's mature enough to help a youngster like Dak when he comes over to the sideline and give him a few pointers, man. I would like to see Romo stay within the organization, maybe take on quarterback coach or some type of assistant to the offensive coordinator. I mean, I just, and plus you get your money's worth if you Jerry too. You know what I mean? Because, yo, why eat $60 million and don't let him do nothing, man? If that was the case, I'll have him, you know, cleaning the stands if that's the case. But
yeah, I would like to see him stay in Dallas too, but I don't know. He's a competitor, man. I don't see him just holding clipboards while he still got a couple years of him. Somehow, some way, he'll get his free ring this year with us, and then we'll go to Denver. Then we'll face them next year, and unfortunately, we got to beat him next year and go back-to-back Super Bowls. But you know, he should get his ring this year.
He said Denver. Wow. Well, you know, I laugh at that, and I should laugh at that because Denver took a chance on Peyton Manning some seasons ago after he came back from what looked like a career-ending injury, but he bounced back, not only to bounce back, but bounced back to go to the Super Bowl twice, and he lost the first time, but he did manage to get a win in probably one of the worst games he's ever played, but a win's a win. It doesn't matter how it comes. And so maybe Romo can go there and resurrect his career. That's a good thought. John Elway is not scared to pull the trigger. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it looks like you got a win now mentality.
Yeah.
Taking the chance, I don't think he cares too much about the future.
Yeah, I can understand that, man. But he's in a dogfight over there. Kansas City's playing well. Oakland looked like the team of the future over there. So he's probably going to have to make a move or a splash, I should say, to try to keep pace in that division. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so what else you got, Rock?
Well, my boys are going to handle the Giants today, and unfortunately for you, my Lakers are going to handle the Knicks around the same time.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't get a chance to talk about the NBA. I read reports that Russell might be coming back tonight. That would be a good look for the Lakers. I like what the Lakers have done this season. They've fallen on some hard times in these last 2 weeks, and part of that is due to the absence of Russell. During that time, they lost Randall for a little while. Now they just lost Nick Young. So they haven't been 100%. You know, I still think Luke is doing a great job over there. But tonight, yes, the Knicks is in town in Los Angeles, I should say, and it's a 9:30 game Eastern time. I think the Knicks handle LA tonight. If Russell is back, if he's not showing no rust, should be a good game. But I think tonight the Knicks go ahead and handle him tonight.
Similar to my Cowboys, I'm sitting back thinking now. I think free agents are going to be interested in signing with LA too now, man. There's no more. You know, Kobe was kind of scaring away free agency. I love my man Kobe, but he's scaring him away, man. He was barely getting interviews, man. But now, all right, these youngsters, we got Luke, you know, everybody sharing a rock. Why not?
You know, here's the thing about free agency in the NBA. There was a time when places like Los Angeles and New York was the city that everybody wanted to go to because of endorsements, you know, some of the fame that goes along with playing in the Garden, some of the fame that goes along with the history of the Los Angeles Lakers. And, you know, so they went there. They were able to brand a product there and, you know, and like I said, endorsements. But in the last few years, nobody's been going there for whatever reason. But to me, one of the reasons why is that you don't have to go to a big market anymore to make the big money. And then here's the other thing. We talking about endorsements. Man, the way endorsements is done now, man, you can film commercials and don't even have to be in certain areas, man. I mean, and then whoever wants you to come out, man, they'll charter you out these days. You know, it just, the big city is no more it's not necessary anymore for these guys to make their money, you know, and so, but I agree with you. I think Luke Walton has built something in L.A., and I think he's going to be attracted to some people, man. It's just a matter who's going to make that move. Could Blake Griffin come across the hall and play for the Lakers next year? Because I believe that the Clippers will break up at the end of the season. And although I think Blake Griffin would be a good fit at OKC next season, but maybe he loves being in L.A. Maybe he goes across the hall and play for the young Lakers and be a veteran presence that they need. You know, and, could that happen?
I would not mind that.
It can happen.
You know,
it can happen.
The thing I'm hoping for is somehow Golden State struggles or some, you know, maybe some egos crashing in that locker room and Steph Curry says, you know what, I'm out of here, man. What's up? In New Jersey.
I mean, that's a thought too. I don't think that Curry is 100% locked to stay in Golden State. That doesn't mean he's 60% to leave. I just think that he may consider it, leaving. You know, and who knows? It all depends how this unfolds. You know, if they don't win, let's say they lose. Let's say they don't even reach the NBA Finals because they took a bad loss last night against Memphis. And it seems like Memphis and San Antonio may have the blueprint to beat them. Just slow them down and pound it inside. I mean, Golden State scored 89 points last night as Memphis scored 110, and Conley wasn't even there. It could have been just one game.
It was dudes dunking the ball in Memphis. I ain't even heard of him. I said, what's going on?
Right. But the point is they slowed them down, and they made them play a half-court game, and they won. Memphis won. But my point is this. Let's say they don't reach the final. That would be a disaster in Golden State. And remember this. Kevin Durant and Curry are free agents. And I believe also Iguodala is a free agent. And here's what happens. If they pay both Curry and Durant, will they be able to build a bench up going further? And that's the question. The bench is not as strong as last year because they chose to sign Durant. So I'm not saying that Curry is going to be on a move or Durant is going to be on a move. I think they're more likely, both of them, to return. But if they don't make it to the finals because they didn't get past the Clippers, which I doubt, or they don't get past the Spurs, I don't think there's a lot for those guys to return. I just don't see it being 100% locked. Maybe 95%, but I just don't see it 100% locked.
Yeah, they're the type of team I could see them. If they get eliminated, let's say, like, second round or something, don't even make it to the conference finals, I could see Draymond and somebody fade. I could see KD reconsidering. And a lot of people don't know all these years, last couple of years, Steph been unanimous MVP, bringing on these records, and Klay Thompson has been getting paid more than him. So maybe it's this time to reckon some money, man. LA, we got it.
And here's the thing, you know, I had a conversation. I called up on Sirius XM radio, and I spoke with Stephen A. Smith about this very topic because he went on record to say that if he was management and they had to move someone from the big three between Durant, Thompson, and Curry, he said he would move Curry. And I disagree with him because I would move Durant first simply because Curry and Klay has proved they can win and they can win a title. And they've done it without him. And if you were moving one, it's because you didn't win. And he said, Curry, I'm not moving Curry. I mean, to me, Curry, he brings too much to the table, man. You know, he talks about his defense. His offense overshadows his lack of defense. Besides, he's among the leaders in steals every season because he can play the passing lane. So his defense is not that bad. One-on-one, can anybody really guard anybody one-on-one in this league? I mean, especially at the point guard position. I mean, who's stopping a point guard? What point guard is stopping another point guard? You might stop a possession. You might slow a person down. But one-on-one, what point guard is stopping another point guard in this league?
Not a lot.
I don't see it being done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, stopping Westbrook is bringing him down to 20 points a game and still getting a triple-double. Stopping Kyrie Irving, bringing him down to 20 points. Stopping Steph Curry, keeping him at 20 points a game. To me, that ain't stopping. But if you do bring him down to 20 points a game, I question how much did you bring to the table? Because a lot of times when you stopping these guys or slowing these guys down, it takes away from your offense. So, I mean, you see what I'm saying? But Curry, he frees up everybody out there. Because you know, once he comes across half court, they're looking to double team him, and he's a willing passer.
I was just about to say, sometimes he could be a decoy. Like, he could bring up the rock at half court, and all five guys on the defense looking at him, and somebody doing a back cut, and they don't even see it.
And Klay Thompson usually does that backcourt, that back cut you're talking about, man. So, but But anyway, listen, I'm going to have to run, Rock, because I got to get ready for work, man. I mean, get ready to go to work. I'm in uniform now. But appreciate the call. Love you, man. Don't be a stranger to the show, man. Come on through, man. And hopefully we see each other for the holidays, man. All right?
All right, cool. Next call, let's talk about the Yankees, man. Boston making too much moves, man.
Yeah. We can talk about that soon as the winter meetings just wrapped up. All right? All right, love you, kid. Hey, and that was my son calling up with a surprise call. He had a couple of questions. As you can see, unfortunately, he likes the wrong teams, Cowboys and the Lakers. He didn't follow after me. You know, maybe it's best because my teams don't win anything. But moving right along, we didn't spend too much time on the NBA. But yeah, good game tonight for the Knicks on the road against Los Angeles. It always brings out the celebs and so forth. So I guess it'd be a lot of attention focused on Phil Jackson and his fiancee Jeannie. So you might see them sitting together out there. But nevertheless, man, that's gonna do it for my show, man, for the day, man. I want to say a big shout out to Greg, Sean, and my son Rob for calling up, man, and giving us some insight, man. To the viewers out there that was making comments, Skip, Kamal, my cousin Celeste, and my man Fred. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and hopefully I entertained you guys. And until tomorrow, as I always say, 24. See you in 24. Follow me on YouTube, guys. Follow me on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com, search Troy Ramel Royal. Hey, just give me some views. Take a look at it. And you can follow me on Facebook.com/Chopping It Up with Ramel. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Chopping It Up with Ramel. No notes, straight from the throat. Peace and blessings.